Hello, welcome to Loopy Lou's How To Use. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect a PS4 controller on a Windows 10 PC and use it to play games wirelessly, obviously, via Bluetooth, or you can even do it wired, but I'm not going to show you how to do it wired. You just need to plug the wire in instead of connecting it to Bluetooth. But I'm going to show you how to connect it to Bluetooth and assume you'll be okay with connecting the USB cable if you would rather have it wired. This video is probably going to be, I would say, intermediate, maybe beginner to intermediate level, only because we need to go onto the website, download some software, potentially install some drivers. But I'm going to show you step by step on everything you need to do. So do not worry. Let's get stuck in. So as I say in all my videos, there's multiple ways to get around a computer. I'm probably going to show you the way that I do it by using the mouse because it's visual rather than the keyboard. So as you can see my mouse, I'm going to move it down to the Windows icon, or I could also click into the search bar. The first step we want to do is connect our PS4 Bluetooth controller to the machine. So to do that, we want to go into the Bluetooth settings and connect it to Bluetooth. You do need, I believe, a specific type of Bluetooth device, but I have not had any trouble connecting a PS4 controller with any Bluetooth device I've had. But I do read on forums and things that some Bluetooth devices do not work. I would imagine they're older ones. I'm using a laptop from 2015 and using its own built-in Bluetooth. So if you're using a laptop, I wouldn't worry. With a desktop, if you've got Wi-Fi, that's usually what you would use. Or alternatively, you can buy a Bluetooth dongle, which are rather cheap. You can get them online from any online retailer. And Sony PS4 controller, obviously. Now this is unique on the way you ask for it to search for Bluetooth. There's a specific way to do that, and I'll go through all those details for you. So first of all, we're going to left click into start. We're going to start to type Bluetooth, BLUETOOTH, and then I'm going to open Bluetooth settings and other devices. And I'm going to connect my controller. So I'm going to tell my controller to start looking for a Bluetooth to pair with, a Bluetooth device to pair with. And to do that, on the PS4 controllers, you just hold down while it's switched off. I would make sure your PS4 is switched off by the mains supply. Make sure it's switched off completely, because if you unplug the power while it's in rest mode or some kind of sleep mode, you do have issues when it comes back on. It's just a quick read scan of the hard drive and a warning that it wasn't switched off properly. But make sure you do shut down your PS4 properly before you do unplug it from the mains. And then when you do that, when we're doing anything with our controller, it will not interfere by switching on your PS4 and going through settings or conflicting or having any kind of troubles. So what we want to do after we've got no PS4 around in the vicinity, or it's switched off and it's not going to come on when I connect my controller, we want to hold the share button first, and then we want to hold the PS button. And we do that until the light starts to flicker. As you can see, the light is flickering past. Okay, now this is searching for Bluetooth to pair with. Now we want to select Add Bluetooth and other device, or other device. Select the first option, Bluetooth, mice, keyboards, pens, or audio and other kinds of Bluetooth devices. Okay, there's my controller. Left click on that. Now that's connected. We've got a nice steady light and everything's good. Wow. This will not work on I think it's not very many games it's going to work on at all. I believe if you download and uninstall PSNOW on the PC, you can actually now just use this by connecting the USB cable, and it will be fine on PSNOW. But however, you will have some troubles with other games. One game that does work is Gang Beasts, and it does seem that Gang Beasts actually, if you use the other method that I'm going to show you now, I think works for 90% of the games that I've played, it doesn't actually work for Gang Beasts, so you would have to disable that method to play that specific game. So if you do have troubles, just switch between the two different methods. This is the default method that you would use to connect any kind of wireless controller. And then now this should work. If this was a PC controller from Microsoft, this would be working perfectly. You wouldn't need to do any settings or any additional steps, I believe. However, not everybody has a Microsoft Xbox or controllers lying around. Some people have spare PS4 controllers and would just like to use that wirelessly to control their PC gaming. Anyway, so now we have that connected, we need some additional software which is going to tell your Windows 10 machine that this is a Microsoft device, so to speak, and it will map the buttons. Also, please note that you can use this controller as it is with Steam at the moment. Steam will detect this as a PS4 controller, and if you configure the settings in Steam and then launch the game from within Steam with the PS4 controller connected, Steam will also show the icons on games that supports it. So the X button will be X rather than A like it is on the Microsoft. Square will be square rather than X like it is on the Microsoft controller. You get my drift. So what we're going to do now, so that's Steam, but that's not all games. I've noticed there's a few games that it just doesn't work. Maybe they're ones that I launch from within other launchers, I'm not sure. Yes, so what we need to do now is get the software that's going to do that for us. It's going to tell Windows that we've got a Microsoft Xbox controller connected rather than a PS4 controller. So to do that, we want to open our internet browser, whichever one you use. I use Edge because it's Chrome, basically. Okay, nice clean browser. So in here, we want to type D for Delta, S for Sierra, 4, the number, and then hit enter. Our results on Microsoft Bing is the first page, DS4Windows.com. I'm not going to use that as it could change. I would try and avoid any other types of websites because you just don't know. DS4 tool, I haven't used that. I believe I had some issues, and I believe it was just a type of copy of this one. I'm not going to comment any more on that because that might be completely inaccurate. Anyway, so now that we can see the DS4Windows.com website, I'm going to go to Google and search DS4 because the chances are you viewing this are going to see it through a Google result. Okay, so here I am. I'm on my Google. Everybody's happy. Control and paste, but also for your sake, D for Delta, S for sugar, 4 the number. And as you see, our number one result. I've been here before. This won't be purple for you, obviously. DS4 Windows by J's Two Kings. So we want to left click on that, open the website. Now we want to find our Windows download for this. This will take us to the GitHub website where we can find the files. We want to left click on that. There we are. Now we're on the main download website. It might be hard to explain, but this is just the download website we're on at the moment. So what we want to do is see we are on the latest version here, version 1.4.52. This may change. We want to go down to DS4 Windows.zip, zippity zip, and we want to select zip, and then well, download is downloaded. As you can see, I may have practiced doing this video once already, so just select open file. Okay, now as you can see, our zip has opened in Windows Explorer, as it would if you were just using Windows machine and you do not have any kind of zip or var software, that might confuse you slightly, but don't worry. These are the two files that we need, and what we want to do is extract these two files somewhere and use them as a program. To do that, we want to right-click in the empty space, and as you can see, I've got an option at the bottom of this menu that's appeared, Extract All. So I want to left-click Extract All. Left-click. Okay, so now I want to put this really somewhere where I'm going to keep it. I'm in my downloads folder. I think it might just be a bit messy if I just leave it in there doing nothing. So I want to maybe just browse my computer. And let's just go to the desktop. And I want to create a new folder on the desktop, and I'll put it in that folder. And then I will create a shortcut so I can just open it from within my desktop. So my new folder is going to be called DS4. So I'm going to type DS4 and then select out of there. Select my DS4 folder. Left click to select that folder. And this is where my files are going to be extracted now. It's going to show me the files once complete. I'll create a shortcut from where. So left click, extract. And there we have it. These are the files that I need. As you'll see, I'm going to close all the browsers and things now. Close all the menus. Now I've got my new folder that's been created on the desktop. It's open. I want to select into the Windows. I want to right click. Go down to create a shortcut. I zoom in with my eyes. Create a shortcut down here. There you see it. Boop, boop, boop. Left click. Okay, and now my shortcut was created there. So now I want to hold down the left mouse button and move that over to my desktop. So I've got my icon, and with that icon there, I'm always going to remember that when I want to play my game, I can just load into that controller software. Okay, so here's my controller. I'm going to now open the software, and you'll see that this controller will connect and be recognized as a normal Windows Microsoft Xbox controller. So double click, left click, double. As you can see, it's going to ask me where I want to save the settings. So this is where I created the folder. So it's just somewhere to keep all the settings for this device, because you can configure it in different ways that you choose. I'm going to select the program folder. As you can see, I've already chosen the blue light in the past. It's remembered my settings, maybe not, that may be the default color. Because it hasn't remembered my settings. My battery power, 90% charged. Try not to let the battery die while it's connected. Try and charge it up before it dies, only because you have to disable the software, re-enable the software for the controller to work again. I can show you a few different things that you need to do. But that's basically my PS4 controller connected now as a Xbox controller, and it will work on any game that I play. As you can see, there's different settings within here, but the default settings is all you'll need to apply. You can select this custom color, change the colors that you'd choose. As you can see, that's now purple. Maybe I want it to be green. Now it's green. Maybe I'd like it to be red. Now it's red. You catch my drift? See, so now my PS4 controller with my custom color that I would like to use is now fully functional and working. Maybe I should test a game, or maybe not. I probably won't be able to have the processing power to load a game and screen record at the same time. So no, let's not do that. This is now a fully functional controller, PS4 controller connected to my Windows 10 PC as a Microsoft supported controller, basically fully functional. The only thing that slightly differs is the touchpad. The touchpad will be disabled to a degree. You can configure the touchpad to do different things, like move the mouse. You can see I've got it configured to move the mouse. It's quite convenient. If something happens or something pops up, you can just move the mouse, and then I believe it's left click and right click if you hold that. If you push it in. Yes. So as you can see, pressing left or right on here, just left click, right click mouse. So that's pretty much it. To be honest with you, that's gonna work with any game that you play. Any game it doesn't work with, simply just select stop. The controller will be connected in the default way that it's connected to a Windows 10 machine, and it will work. If you have any issues, like I said before, where the battery dies, where the controller is still connected, you'll just select stop. It'll disconnect the controller, plug it into charge, switch it back on by pressing the PS button, and then select start again, and then it will just reconnect. To switch the controller off while it's connected, you simply just hold the options button and press the PS button. Ready? I'm holding the options key there. Press the PS button there. Now the controller is disconnected and switched off. There's a number of different power options that you can use, but the default is always good. If I leave my controller now here alone and it's idle, oh, there we go, it's switched off, so I just press the PS button. Boom, bada boom, and now it's switched on. Okay, so I'll just leave the controller for a few minutes and that will switch itself off automatically. So it's got good power save features. So that's basically it. That's how you connect a PS4 controller to your Windows 10 machine. It sounds complicated. Sometimes it may need to install drivers once you've installed this software, but it's all very simple. Left click, yes, okay, and continue through the options, and you'll pretty much be wherever you need to be. If you have any issues, feel free to leave a comment or contact me in any way you'd like. And then that's the end of my video for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find it very informative, and I hope the sound and quality and everything is good for you. Goodbye.